my channel. My name is Eva. If this is your first time clicking in, welcome honey. I hope you enjoy this tutorial today. This is the look I created for you guys. It is a pulled back skin with a skull underneath, or well, that's the illusion that I was going for. Nikki Tutorials created something like this I think sometime last year, and she had a pullback skin with a demon underneath. I decided to do a skull because I really love skulls, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to see more looks like this, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're going to recreate this look, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram. I'll leave my handle down below so that you can see it, and just so that I can see your recreations and how you guys are playing with makeup and having fun with it. Without talking too much, I'm gonna go into the tutorial now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please, because it helps me grow my channel. You guys know the codes, so please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching it, and also subscribe to this channel if this is your first time watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. To begin this entire process of painting the skull on one side and having my face on the other side looking like it's peeled back, what I'm doing is simply mapping out the area that I'm sure I want the skull. So I'm just using a white pencil for that and really sketching out the area that I want the skull. I already have like a reference photo of skulls. You might want to get that as well. It might be biological photos, medical photos, or even makeup photos of skulls, or artists, something. Find it on Pinterest. And so that's what I've done. And the entire area for the skull, well, not the entire area, but the white portion of the skull, I'm filling it in with some white paint, and the one that I'm using is the Clown White from Mehron. I'm also topping that with some eyeshadow and just using the eyeshadow to seal it. But my eyeshadow was not good enough to seal that Mehron white paint, because you always want to set that white paint with some powder. So I'm going over it with this big white powder, fluffy powder. It's like a body powder, and I'm just using that to set the white paint. So I guess you can use baby powder as well if you have that, or you can use translucent makeup powder. Now for the teeth of the skull, I'm going to do this on both sides and just fill in that whole area with some teeth. And I'm doing the top and the bottom. Notice the shape of the teeth. I have them kind of curved on the bottom and on the top. And what you want to do is basically just map out the teeth with the white paint and a tiny brush. And I'm just doing that on both sides. Now I'm using a Mehron black paint and a tiny brush for precision, and just using that to map out all of the areas of the skull that are receded, that have shadows and have blacks. And so I'm using that to map out the white, and I'm also going to fill up the other areas with the black paint. So pretty much that's what I'm doing. Now when it comes to skulls, the basic principle, I think, or what really makes the skull stand out, is your shading. So you can I don't think you can have any wrong skull. I feel like what makes the skull look really great is your shading and how precise you are with some lines, you know. So you want to make your lines really clean. You also want to make sure that you are shading correctly and you're creating depth. So like your darks will go from dark to darker and darkest, so that you have like a transition of shadow, right? Now that technique, or what it is that I just said, is what I'm doing on the teeth area now. You'll notice that after I have drawn these black lines to designate the teeth, I am also going to begin to shade the lines in and have them darker at some points and then lighter at some other points. So it's some long artistic gibberish, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So that's what I'm doing now, just making the inner corner of the teeth really dark, and then fading it out to the outer perimeter of the teeth. And we're also going to continue the shading technique all around the skull. So if you notice, the area closest to the mouth is really dark, and then it gets brighter as we go up. And then now I'm just creating more depth and more definition of for the skull. And what I'm doing is just using a brush with some dark eyeshadow and shading around the sharp lines that we created before. What this will do is to give it like a three-dimensional feel to the skull. This is my favorite part. Highlighting is so cool. You can see how it just really transforms the edges of the skulls and just gives it some realism and some it just makes it look so 3D and so rich and so good. I just love highlighting. So highlighting is definitely something that you want to do. I'm using the same white paint and a tiny brush to just highlight the raised areas of the skull. Alright guys, now it's time for the pulled back skin, and this is pretty much the easiest part. You just want to draw some wiggly squiggly lines and follow those lines along. Make sure that they look like waves, as though something was pulled back and stretched. And after drawing the lines or mapping them out with a pencil, I'm just blending out the edges with a brush, and then I'm gonna go back again with the pencil just to darken the edges of the line, so that, again, like I said, gradient, transition of color, you want to go from darkest to dark to dark, you know, like you want the darkest colors to just fade. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to fade out those dark colors. Now highlighting, I'm highlighting the ridges of this ridges, Eva. I'm highlighting the highest points of the waves, and that just really makes it look so real. It gives it like dimension and looks like something is actually squeezed. So I'm just highlighting with a face powder, and my loves, that's it. We don't finish you. That's the end of it. And I love doing this look for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. We are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.